Welcome to the State Road 70 from Peace River to Southeast Baker Street public meeting. The in-person meeting is being held on July 25th, 2023 from 6 to 8 p.m. and the virtual meeting is being held on Wednesday, July 26, 2023 from 6 to 7 p.m. The Florida Department of Transportation's project is on State Road 70 from the Peace River to Southeast Baker Street. The financial identification numbers are 441562. To attend the virtual meeting, register at the website on the screen. If you have questions or would like to speak to someone about the project, please contact Corrine Burgess, Community Outreach Manager with the Florida Department of Transportation, Heartland Operations, by phone at 863-241-1459 or email at corrine.burgess@dot.state.fl.us. The project is in DeSoto County, in Arcadia, on State Road 70 from the Peace River to Southeast Baker Street. The project administrator is Rolando Luis, and the project manager is Chris Irwin, PE. If you attend the in-person meeting on July 25th from 6 to 8 p.m., you will be able to submit your comments at the meeting. Comment sheets will be provided, and you will be contacted after the meeting with a follow-up to your questions or comments. For the virtual meeting, virtual attendees will remain muted throughout the presentation. If you happen to experience technical issues during the meeting, please type the issue in the question pane on the control panel to report it. There is also a Help tab on your upper right corner control screen. Press on that and it will give you links to go to technical support. To provide a comment, submit comment via the questions box. A copy of the presentation can be found on the project website. As said earlier, responses to all comments and questions will be provided later. All comments and questions submitted through these options are part of the public record for this public virtual meeting and will be considered by the department during project decision-making. The meeting video link will also be posted on the website. The public comment period will remain open through July 28, 2023 to accommodate the public who view the meeting video after the live event. The Florida Department of Transportation is required to comply with various non-discrimination laws and regulations, including Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Public participation is solicited without regard to race, color, national origin, age, sex, religion, disability, or family status. Persons wishing to express concerns about Title VI may do so by contacting either Florida Department of Transportation District Title VI Coordinator, Cynthia Sykes, by phone at 863-519-2287, or by email at cynthia.sykes@dot.state.fl.us, or Florida Department of Transportation's statewide Title VI Coordinator, Stefan Kulikowski, by phone at 850-414-4742, or by email at stefan.kulikowski@dot.state.fl.us. The elements of the project include reconstruction of approximately 3.4 miles of State Road 70 within the city of Arcadia, new drainage facilities, new and relocated sanitary and water main utilities, new signals at State Road 70 and Polk, DeSoto, Brevard, and Turner Avenues, sidewalk reconstruction along State Road 70, and street lighting in various locations. The project is estimated to begin on August 28, 2023. And there will be lane closures on State Road 70 during construction. In addition, pedestrians will utilize installed pathways while crews work in those areas. As you will see later in the presentation, there will be some side street road closures and detours will be in place during that phase. This typical section represents State Road 70 at the east and west ends of the project. These sections are outside of the city of Arcadia and are separated with curbing and 18-foot sodded median. Both eastbound and westbound curb sections are 23 feet wide, with an 11-foot inside lane and 12-foot outside lane, with a slant of 2 degrees for drainage going to the low side gutter of the roadway. There will be 8-foot sidewalks on both sides of the roadway. This typical section represents State Road 70 one-way pair in the city. Eastbound and westbound roadways are built with the same design and are separated by the city's components. Each roadway section is 23 feet wide with one 11-foot lane and one 12-foot lane. The profile grade line is in between the two lanes, and the roadway slants down from the profile grade line at 2 degrees. Drainage will be caught on both sides of the roadway in gutters. There will be 8-foot sidewalks on both sides of the roadway. The project will start with Phase 1, which consists of utility improvements along Hickory and Magnolia Streets. Crews will use single lane closures, moving from the east end of town towards the west as crews install the new sanitary sewer and water main lines. When crews are finished with each area, temporary walkways will be constructed to reestablish pedestrian access. As Phase 1 progresses, crews will also begin work in Phase 2. In this phase, the entire roadway will be reconstructed starting at the Peace River and ending where State Road 70 splits into Hickory and Magnolia Streets. This will include drainage, sanitary sewer, and water main improvements, followed by reconstruction of the concrete and roadway. This will take place over several different stages. Crews will use single lane closures to close first the outside lanes, and then the inside lanes as State Road 70 is completely reconstructed. It is anticipated that this section of work will take approximately 9 months to fully complete. Following the completion of Phase 2, crews will resume work along Hickory and Magnolia Streets as they begin installing the drainage pipe and reconstructing the roadway. Crews will build this portion of the project in 2 separate stages. First, crews will close the northern lane of Magnolia Street and southern lane of Hickory Street and will completely reconstruct those portions of the roadway. Once that work is complete, crews will flip traffic to the other side of the street and will reconstruct the second half of the roadway. In addition to the work in Phase 1, it is anticipated that this section of the roadway will take approximately 2 years to complete. Halfway through Phase 3, crews will begin work on the west side of the project. 1 lane will be closed at a time as crews work their way from the south side of the road to the north side. In addition to usual improvements, crews will also reconstruct the box culvert between Roger Avenue and Southeast Baker Street. It is anticipated that this work will take approximately 6 months and will finish before the rest of the work in Phase 3. Once Phases 1 through 4 have been completed, crews will begin the last phase of the project. This will consist of placing the top lift of asphalt on the entire project, installing the final roadway markings, and installing the project signs. This phase should take approximately 2 months to complete. As stated previously, this project consists of a full reconstruction of State Road 70 from the Peace River to Southeast Baker Street. This will include signal replacements, new signs, and pavement markings, as well as mid-block crossings. Once the project is complete, the speed limit will be set to 35 miles per hour. This work will not encroach on the railroad on the west end of the project. Throughout the entire project, several changes will be made to ensure pedestrian and vehicular traffic are able to navigate as needed. This will include several truck detours, but only one will be in place at a time, and those will take place only between Friday at 6 p.m. to Monday at 6 a.m. Temporary sidewalks and crosswalks will also be constructed at various locations. These will be replaced at the beginning and end of the work zone to maintain access. Should a temporary sidewalk not be feasible, crews will then implement pedestrian detours to divert traffic around the work zones. In addition to the truck detour, there will also be single-lane closures throughout the project. In such instances, temporary low-profile concrete barriers will be installed to prevent vehicles from entering the work zone. Here are some more general notes about the construction in different phases. Notably, the drainage pipe crossing at US 17 can only be performed at specific times. Southbound US 17 can have 2 lanes closed between 6:30 p.m. and noon, after which the last lane can be closed at any time. The northbound US 17 requires 1 lane to be maintained at all times. With the other lanes getting closed only between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m., only one direction of travel, northbound or southbound, can be closed at any time. In addition to this, the drainage pipe installations will require the closure of side streets as well. These can be closed at any time, but detours will be installed and no more than 3 streets can be closed at any time. To facilitate some of the work along US 17, truck detour routes will be implemented to maintain traffic. In this instance, when right turns conflict with the proposed construction, traffic loops will be installed. This will allow vehicles to circle around US 17 and State Road 70 to travel in whichever direction is needed. When left turns conflict with the proposed work, U-turn detours will be used. 2 such instances will take place at the unnamed road south of 5 Ash Street and at US 17 and Pine Street. In addition to the improvements previously discussed, Crews will work on the lighting on State Road 70. New lighting is to be installed at 6 intersections on the project, where Hickory Street and Magnolia Street intersect DeSoto Avenue and Brevard Avenue, where Hickory Street intersects Polk Avenue, and where State Road 70 intersects Turner Avenue. State Road 70 in front of Lake Catherine and Magnolia Street from Orange Avenue to DeSoto Avenue will also have their existing light poles relocated. Continuing with the electrical work, several intersections are to receive upgrades to their signals. These will take place at the same intersections as the new lighting. Lastly, in addition to the new sewer and water main installations, we will also construct new connections for the residents alongside the project. This work will take place alongside the previous utility work in Phase 1. Thank you for attending the meeting. We look forward to hearing from you.